Before we begin, welcome to Dogaholic, a place for people who have always felt that dogs are far more than pets. They are companions, protectors, emotional mirrors, and sometimes the one soul in the room who understands us before we even speak. If you have ever looked at your dog following you from room to room and wondered what that quiet devotion really means, then you are in exactly the right place. Here we go beyond simple training tips and surface level behavior. We explore the emotional world of dogs, the subtle ways they communicate, and the deep science behind the bond they share with us. So if you believe your dog's behavior carries meaning, make sure to subscribe to Dogaholic like this video and tell me in the comments, does your dog follow you everywhere? Or do they have one special place where they always choose to stay close to you? Have you ever noticed that before your eyes are even fully open in the morning? Before you have made the conscious decision to swing your legs off the bed? There is already a pair of eyes watching you. That is not a coincidence. Long before you speak, long before the day begins, your dog is already aware of you. They are already listening to your breathing, reading the smallest shift in your body, sensing the moment sleep gives way to wakefulness. Dogs who are deeply bonded to their humans often begin adjusting their own rest patterns around them. In those early morning hours, their sleep becomes lighter. Their body becomes ready. Their attention turns toward you before you have even fully entered the day. In many homes, this becomes such a familiar sight that it hardly feels remarkable anymore. You rise, and they rise. You walk to the kitchen, and they are already behind you. You head to the bathroom, and they wait outside the door. You step onto the porch, and they settle against your leg like they have always belonged there. To some people, that looks like clinginess. To others, it is simply what dogs do. But if you slow down and look more carefully, something far more beautiful begins to appear. Your dog is not just following your body through the house. They are reading you. They are tracking your emotional rhythm, your tension, your habits, your scent, your pace, your mood. They are participating in a silent conversation that begins the moment you wake and continues until the day is done. And that conversation is older than most people realize. What we often call a Velcro dog is not just a dog with a needy personality. In many cases, it is the visible expression of a powerful biological bond. One of the most important chemicals involved in that bond is oxytocin, often called the love hormone. When you and your dog look into each other's eyes, something extraordinary happens. It is not merely a sweet moment, it is chemistry. Studies have shown that when dogs gaze at their owners, oxytocin levels rise in the human body. That increase often leads to affectionate contact, petting, smiling, speaking gently, which then raises oxytocin in the dog as well. What follows is a powerful loop of emotional reinforcement. Your dog looks at you, your body responds, you reach for them, their brain responds, the bond deepens. This means that your presence is not just comforting in an abstract emotional sense. It is literally rewarding to your dog's nervous system. You become associated with calm safety affection and pleasure on a biological level. And then dopamine joins the story. Each time your dog follows you and receives a kind word, a soft scratch behind the ears, a smile, or even just your attention, dopamine helps stamp that experience into their brain. Over time, your dog does not merely enjoy being near you. They begin to anticipate the reward of closeness itself. That is why they may follow you to the kitchen, even when food is not involved, or trail behind you into ordinary moments that seem meaningless to us. To them, being near you has become one of the most valuable experiences in life. And here is what makes this bond even more remarkable. This same effect is not seen in wolves in the same way, even when wolves are raised closely by humans. Somewhere across thousands of years of domestication, dogs became uniquely tuned to us. They evolved not only to live beside us, but to bond with us through mechanisms that mirror the attachment between parent and child. In other words, your dog does not simply love your company. Your dog's brain was shaped to seek you. But the story of why dogs follow us does not end with affection. Sometimes they follow because they sense something inside us before we even understand it ourselves. The human nose is weak compared to theirs. We live mostly by sight and language. Dogs live in a world of scent so detailed that it borders on the unimaginable. While humans have only a few million scent receptors, dogs possess hundreds of millions. That allows them to detect changes in the body that we cannot consciously perceive. When you are anxious, grieving, overwhelmed, or under stress, your body changes, your breathing changes, your heart rate shifts, your sweat and breath release tiny chemical signals. Dogs can detect these changes through scent with stunning sensitivity. That means on the days when your dog seems unusually attached to you, when they sit on your feet, press against your leg, lay their head in your lap, or follow you with unusual persistence, they may not be asking for something from you at all. They may be responding to something happening within you. Sometimes your dog knows you are not okay before you are ready to admit it. They cannot solve the problem. They cannot speak your language. They cannot tell you they understand. So they stay close. That closeness is often their answer to your pain. It is their way of saying, I feel it too. I am here. You do not have to carry this alone. This sensitivity may even appear around illness or medical episodes. Many dogs, even without formal training, show sudden clinginess or unusual vigilance before a seizure, a blood sugar drop, or another physical event. They are detecting biological signals that their secure place in the world may be in distress. And that brings us to one of the most important truths about canine behavior. For many years, people explained this closeness through outdated ideas about dominance. We were told dogs follow us because they see us as the alpha, because they live in rigid hierarchies and respond primarily to power. But modern behavior science paints a very different picture. Dogs are not staying near you because they are obsessed with rank. They are staying near you because closeness is part of cooperation, trust, and emotional safety. Their wolf ancestors survived not through mindless submission, but through social awareness, coordination, and shared protection within family groups. Domestication did not erase those instincts. It redirected them toward us. Your dog does not follow you because they are trying to dominate or submit. Your dog follows you because in their mind you are home. Researchers sometimes describe this as the secure base effect. When their trusted human is present, dogs tend to show more confidence, more willingness to explore, and more emotional stability. Your presence helps regulate their relationship with the world. When you are near, they feel safer. When you are gone, that safety can feel disrupted. To your dog, distance from you is not always neutral. Sometimes it feels like uncertainty. That is why the doorway can carry so much emotional weight. Your dog may happily follow you there, only to slow down, freeze, sit, or pace as you prepare to leave. That is not drama. That is anticipatory anxiety. Their brain has learned that this place is where separation happens. And then there is the bathroom, one of the most misunderstood places in the house. People laugh when dogs follow them there, but from the dog's point of view, this may not be odd at all. In the animal world, moments of elimination are moments of vulnerability. A dog who waits outside the bathroom door or insists on coming in may not simply be curious. They may be doing what social animals have always done for one another. Watching your back. Other rooms reveal different emotional meanings as well. The kitchen is often associated with excitement, reward, and anticipation. The bedroom is rich with your scent and may feel like the deepest space of comfort and belonging. The front door carries the emotional tension of departure and return. Your dog's movement through your home is rarely random. It is a map of attachment. But not every dog expresses that attachment in the same way. Some breeds are born with a stronger instinct to track human movement. Herding dogs, for example, are often intensely observant, border collies. German Shepherds and Australian Shepherds are known for constantly monitoring body language and anticipating motion. They were shaped to notice, respond, and stay connected. In those dogs, following may feel relentless because attentiveness itself is built into their biology. Other breeds are different. Scent hounds such as beagles or bloodhounds were bred to prioritize environmental information over social information. When a dog like that drifts away in pursuit of a scent, it does not mean the bond is weaker. It may simply mean their instincts were shaped for a more independent task. So if your dog is not a classic shadow, that does not mean they love you less. It may just mean they express closeness differently. And that is an important thing for owners to remember. Love does not always look the same from one dog to another. But there is another side to all of this, and it may be the most important part of the conversation. If your dog has followed you faithfully for years, if they have always risen when you moved, always trailed behind you, always chosen proximity over distance, and then suddenly that pattern disappears, pay attention. When the shadow fades, something may be wrong. Dogs are masters at hiding discomfort. Pain, weakness, confusion, and illness do not always show up in obvious ways at first. Many dogs will not cry out. They will not limp dramatically. They will not make the problem easy for you to see. But they may stop following. That change matters, because following requires energy, motivation, awareness, and emotional engagement. A dog who once tracked your every move and now stays behind may be telling you something long before a more visible symptom appears. Sometimes the cause is chronic pain. Arthritis, joint problems, or hip dysplasia can make standing up and moving from room to room feel punishing. Sometimes it is sensory decline. A senior dog with reduced hearing may simply not notice you have left the room. Sometimes it is cognitive change. In older dogs, cognitive dysfunction can create disorientation, confusion, disrupted sleep, and a fading awareness of familiar people and routines. For a dog who once saw you as the center of their world, that loss of connection can be heartbreaking. So if your shadow suddenly becomes distant, do not dismiss it as laziness or age alone. Listen to what that silence may be saying. Sometimes the quietest behavioral changes are the loudest warnings. And in the end, that may be the deepest truth about dogs. They speak constantly, but rarely in words humans were taught to notice. They speak in distance and closeness, in stillness and movement, in watching, waiting, leaning, pacing, resting, gazing, and following. A dog who follows you everywhere is not merely attached. They are participating in one of the oldest partnerships on Earth, a bond shaped by evolution, reinforced by chemistry, guided by instinct, and deepened by daily life. They chose you, not once but over and over again. They choose you in the morning before you are fully awake. They choose you in the kitchen, in the hallway, at the door, on the porch, in the quiet sadness you try to hide, and in the ordinary moments no one else would ever think matter. They choose to stay close, not because they have to, but because somewhere deep within them, closeness to you feels like the right place to be. And maybe that is why this bond moves us so deeply. Because most humans spend their lives hoping to be loved with that kind of certainty. A dog does it naturally. They do not need a reason. They just stay. And if we are wise, we do not brush that off as habit. We honor it. Before we close, I want to hear from you. Is your dog the kind that follows you into every single room? Or do they have one favorite place where they always like to stay nearby? Have you ever had a shadow dog suddenly become distant? And did you later discover there was a physical or emotional reason behind it? And when your dog looks at you, do they hold that long, steady gaze? Or are they the type who always seem more interested in the world outside? If this video helped you understand your dog in a deeper way, please subscribe to Dogaholic, give this video a like, and share your story in the comments. Every story shared here helps other dog lovers understand their own companions with more empathy, more wisdom, and more love. Until next time, stay close to the ones who choose you quietly every day and keep your shadow near.